Have you ever wondered why your heart races when you're scared, or why you feel butterflies in your stomach when you're in love? These seemingly simple reactions are the result of a sophisticated interplay of emotions and instincts, two fundamental aspects of our human experience. Let's start with the basics. Emotions and instincts, although often used interchangeably, are distinct in their nature and origin. Emotions such as joy, anger, or fear are complex psychological states that involve a mix of feelings, thoughts, and physiological responses. Instincts, on the other hand, are innate, automatic responses to specific stimuli. They are hardwired into our system, an evolutionary legacy designed to ensure our survival. Now, before we delve deeper, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Do emotions and instincts play a significant role in your life? Back to our topic. There are common misconceptions around these terms. Some believe that emotions are purely mental, while instincts are purely physical. This dichotomy, however, is oversimplified. Emotions and instincts are not isolated entities. They are interconnected, influencing and being influenced by each other in a dynamic dance. Understanding the relationship between emotions and instincts is crucial. It helps comprehend why we react the way we do in certain situations, shedding light on our behavioral patterns. It's like peeking behind the curtain of our own minds, unveiling the mechanisms that drive our actions. Consider fear, for example. When faced with a threat, our instinctual or flight response kicks in, triggering a cascade of bodily reactions. Our heart rate increases, our muscles tense up, and adrenaline surges through our body. These physical changes, in turn, amplify our emotional state of fear, creating a feedback loop that prepares us to face the danger. Or take love, a potent emotion that can make us feel elated one moment and devastated the next. That we feel when we're in love, that's our body responding to the emotional state, a physiological of our inner feelings. Dive with me into the fascinating world of emotions and instincts and unravel their complex relationship. We'll explore how these elements intertwine, shaping our experiences and guiding our behaviors in ways more profound than we often realize. So, what exactly are emotions? Well, at the most fundamental level, emotions can be defined as complex reactions to internal and external events. But they are much more than that. Emotions are a blend of subjective feelings, physiological responses, and behavioral reactions. They are not just experienced, they are expressed and perceived. Let's dive a little deeper. There are several types of emotions, each serving a unique function. We have basic emotions like joy, sadness, anger, and fear, which are universal and hardwired into our biology. Joy, for instance, encourages us to repeat behaviors that benefit us, while fear protects us from potential harm by triggering the fight or flight response. Then, there are secondary emotions, which are complex feelings that develop with cognitive maturity. These include emotions like guilt, shame, and pride. Guilt, for example, helps regulate our social behavior by making us feel bad about actions that harm others, thereby discouraging us from repeating such actions. Lastly, we have background emotions. These are not responses to specific events, but rather a general mood state that forms the backdrop of our everyday experiences. Think of the calm contentment you might feel on a lazy Sunday afternoon, or the vague anxiety that lingers during a period of uncertainty. It's important to remember that our emotions are not isolated phenomena. They interact with our thoughts, our memories, and our sensory experiences to create our unique emotional landscape. They help us navigate the world, informing our decisions and shaping our relationships. Emotions also have a profound impact on our physical state. They can increase our heart rate, make us sweat, or even make our stomach churn. This physical response prepares us for action, whether it's to embrace a loved one, confront a threat, or flee from danger. Emotions, then, are more than just feelings. They are complex response systems that play a crucial role in our survival. They are the language of our body, communicating to us and others the state of our well-being and the demands of our environment. Now that we understand emotions, what about instincts? A question that might seem simple, but opens the door to a vast, fascinating world of biological programming and survival mechanisms. Instincts, in essence, are our body's inborn responses to specific stimuli. They're not learned or influenced by experience, but are rather hardwired into our genetic makeup. They are automatic, immediate, and often occur without conscious thought. A primal biological guidebook, if you will, that has been passed down through countless generations to keep us safe and ensure our survival. Think about the last time you touched something hot and instantly pulled your hand away. That's an instinct. The sudden jerk you experience just as you're falling asleep. That's your body's instinctive fear of falling. Or consider the universal human instinct to protect children. When a child is in danger, most people, regardless of their relationship to the child, would instinctively try to save them. These instincts are triggered by specific stimuli, and our bodies react in a way that has been evolutionarily beneficial. For example, when we're faced with a threat, our bodies automatically prepare for a fight or flight response. Our heart rate increases, our pupils dilate, and our muscles tense up, ready to either confront the danger or make a swift exit. But it's not just about survival. Instincts also play a crucial role in basic functions like eating and reproduction. We feel hunger when our bodies need nourishment, guiding us to seek food. Similarly, the instinct to reproduce ensures the continuation of our species. Instincts, therefore, are not just reactions, but integral parts of our very existence, governing a range of behaviors from the mundane to the critical. They are our body's silent warriors, often operating in the background, unnoticed until a specific situation calls them into action. So, while emotions may color our world with a diverse palette of feelings, instincts ensure that we navigate this world safely and effectively. Instincts, therefore, are our body's automatic responses designed to keep us safe and alive. Emotions and instincts, while distinct, are not isolated from each other. In fact, they often operate in tandem, forming a complex and intricate dance that shapes our actions, reactions, and overall behavior. Let's start by considering how emotions can trigger instinctive responses. Imagine you're walking alone late at night and hear a sudden noise behind you. Fear, an emotion, grips you, and instantly your instincts kick in. You might find your heart racing, your senses heightened, and your body prepared to either fight off a potential threat or run away from it. This is the instinctive fight-or-flight response, triggered by the emotion of fear. But it's not just negative emotions that can spark instincts. Think about the last time you were faced with something that brought you immense joy. Perhaps it was a surprise visit from an old friend or the sight of your child taking their first steps. This positive emotion can also trigger an instinctive response, like a spontaneous smile or an uncontrollable laughter. Now let's flip the script and consider how instincts can influence our emotions. Our instincts are deeply rooted in survival and protection. When these instincts are activated, they can provoke strong emotional responses. For instance, the instinct to protect our loved ones can trigger emotions like love, fear, or even anger. Consider a mother bear and her cubs. If a threat approaches, her instinct to protect her offspring will likely trigger a powerful surge of anger and fear. These emotions then drive her actions, enabling her to fiercely protect her young. But instincts aren't always about survival. They also guide us towards pleasure and away from pain. When we instinctively reach for a piece of chocolate over a healthy salad, it's often accompanied by emotions of anticipation and pleasure, or perhaps guilt if we're trying to stick to a diet. In essence, our emotions and instincts are intertwined, each influencing and being influenced by the other. They form an intricate dance, a symbiotic relationship that guides us through the ups and downs of life. Whether we're faced with danger, joy, or a tempting piece of chocolate, our emotions and instincts work together to shape our responses. The brain plays a central role in this complex relationship. It's no surprise that this intricate organ is the conductor of our emotional symphony and the puppeteer of our instinctual responses. In the heart of our brains lies a small, almond-shaped structure known as the amygdala. This tiny marvel is the sentinel of our emotional landscape, always on high alert, ready to trigger a tidal wave of emotions. It's our amygdala that makes our heart race when we see a loved one, or sends a shiver down our spine when we hear an eerie noise in the dead of night. It's the amygdala that sparks fear, joy, anger, sadness, and every emotion in between. A stone's throw away from the amygdala, nestled deep within the brain, is the hypothalamus. This little powerhouse is the mastermind behind our instincts, the primal urges that drive our actions. The hypothalamus flicks the switch on our fight or flight response, makes us feel ravenous when we haven't eaten, and nudges us to seek warmth when we're cold. It's the hypothalamus that pulls the strings of our survival, ensuring we respond instinctively to the world around us. Enveloping these two structures is the cerebral cortex, the outermost layer of the brain. This is where things get really interesting. The cerebral cortex is the seat of our higher cognitive functions, the place where we think, plan, reason, and dream. It's the cerebral cortex that takes the raw, primal signals from the amygdala and the hypothalamus and shapes them into nuanced, complex emotions and instincts. It's like a skilled chef, taking simple ingredients and transforming them into a gourmet meal. The brain, then, is the command center, orchestrating our emotional and instinctive responses. It's a dynamic dance of different parts, each playing its role, each contributing to the rich tapestry of our human experience. From the amygdala's emotional outbursts to the hypothalamus's instinctual drives, all the way to the cerebral cortex's thoughtful interpretations, our brain constructs the intriguing intersection of emotions and instincts that make us, well, us. The brain, then, is the command center, orchestrating our emotional and instinctive responses. Understanding the relationship between emotions and instincts has practical implications. It's like having a map to navigate the labyrinth of our minds, providing clarity in our daily interactions and decisions. Let's discuss managing emotions first. Emotions, as we know, are complex, varying in intensity and duration. They can be as fleeting as a passing cloud or as enduring as a monolith. But understanding that these emotions are often linked to our instinctive responses can help us better control them. For instance, if we feel a surge of anger, it might be an instinctive reaction to a perceived threat. Recognizing this, we can step back, evaluate the situation objectively, and respond appropriately rather than impulsively. Now, let's move on to decision-making. Every day we make countless decisions, from the mundane what to wear, what to eat, to the life-changing career choices, relationships. Instincts often guide these decisions, but emotions can cloud our judgment. By understanding their interplay, we can make decisions that are not only instinctively sound, but also emotionally balanced. It's about finding the sweet spot where our gut feelings align with our emotional state. Finally, let's discuss interpersonal relationships. Emotions and instincts play a pivotal role in how we interact with others. Our instincts can drive us towards certain people and away from others, while our emotions can color these interactions. Understanding this complex dance can help us build healthier, more satisfying relationships. We can better interpret others' emotions, empathize with them, and respond in ways that are mutually beneficial. We can also better understand our own emotional responses, giving us greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence. By understanding how our emotions and instincts interact, we can lead more balanced and fulfilling lives. It's about using this knowledge as a compass, guiding us through the ups and downs, the joys and sorrows, the challenges and triumphs of our daily existence. It's not a magic cure-all, but it's a powerful tool in our arsenal as we navigate the journey of life. So what have we learned about the complex relationship between emotions and instincts? We've embarked on a fascinating exploration of the intriguing intersection of emotions and instincts, two fundamental aspects of our human experience. We've delved into the definitions, the interactions, the role of the brain, and the implications of these phenomena in our daily lives. Let's take a brief stroll down memory lane, shall we? First, we defined emotions as subjective, conscious experiences characterized primarily by psychophysiological expressions, biological reactions, and mental states. They are complex and multifaceted, encompassing a range of feelings from happiness to sadness, anger to joy, fear to courage. Next, we turned our attention to instincts. These are innate, fixed patterns of behavior in response to certain stimuli. Unlike emotions, instincts are not influenced by personal experiences or cultural factors. They are hardwired into our brains, driving us to act in certain ways, such as the instinct to protect our loved ones or the instinct to seek food when we're hungry. Then we delved into the fascinating interaction between these two. Emotions and instincts are inextricably intertwined, each influencing the other in a complex dance. Our emotions can trigger certain instincts, while our instincts can in turn shape our emotional responses. Think about the last time you felt a surge of adrenaline in response to fear, or the warm glow of happiness when you spent time with someone you love. We also took a look at the significant role our brains play in this process. The amygdala, hypothalamus, and other parts of our brain work together to process emotions and instincts, acting as the command center that guides our reactions to the world around us. This incredible organ is constantly at work, interpreting our experiences and directing our responses. Finally, we considered the implications of this relationship for our daily lives. Understanding the intricate dance between emotions and instincts can help us better navigate our interactions with others, make more informed decisions, and lead more fulfilling lives. It can help us understand why we react the way we do in certain situations, and how we can channel our emotions and instincts in constructive ways. To summarize, the relationship between emotions and instincts is complex, dynamic, and deeply integral to our lives. It's a relationship that shapes our interactions with the world, influences our decision-making processes, and impacts our overall well-being. Remember, emotions and instincts are not our enemies, but allies in our journey of life. Understanding them is the first step towards harnessing their power.